Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and it's the first of the month, so that means we have the Gacha revenue sensor tower data here that is now available. Now, these are kind of estimations, you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt, as well as it only taking into consideration mobile revenue, so PC and all that is not included, so some games that are more PC-centric, like I would think like Wuthering Waves, may actually be doing a lot better than it appears on here, just simply because a lot more people play on PC. I mean, you have Girls Frontline 2 as well, for example, which is very good on mobile. I've played it on mobile now, and it does well, but I primarily play it on PC. I'm only on mobile if I'm at work or something, and all my spending is on PC, so even those games have a lot of revenue that don't show on here. But yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look. I love to look at these numbers to get an idea of how well the games I'm currently playing are doing, as well as games I'm looking at in the future playing that are going to be coming out for global that aren't available yet, to kind of see what I can kind of expect with those games, maybe on a global scale. So we'll kind of start here at the bottom. So we have Tribe 9. I never tried it out on release. I had thought about it, but they've already announced end of service, so their revenue is going to go down real quick. But they're into servicing in, I think, September. So people may spend a little bit of money still. I have no clue. But let's see. We have the original Girls Frontline 1 here, up, actually, at 165. Now, this is kind of a loss leader right now for Girls Frontline 2 to a certain extent, from what I can understand. Someone had told me that, yeah, they're probably operating on losses now at this point. But it's still decent that it's kind of moving up. It has not like completely died like some of these other games. Do like to see it. I've wanted to try it for the story only, but I just don't have the time, especially with all the gacha games coming out. So I actually want to do like a stream where I watch all the cutscenes and get the whole lore down, but I don't think I'll be able to get into the game itself, just because there's no way I'll be able to catch up to it in time. When I'm going to have constant gacha games coming out, and eventually the big ones are going to come out, which will take all my time. But I will at some point get into the story. I have Cat Fantasy. This is one I looked at when it came out last year, but sort of Convolaria kind of was taking all my time up, and I was brand new to the creator scene, so I didn't really touch it. I mean, but it does seem to be kind of falling off. I don't really know many of these other ones here. Ash Echoes, I did play that one for a little while on launch, but I had to start cutting off games as time was becoming an issue at the time, and that was an easy one to kind of drop off for me. Really good game. It looks like it's holding its own here. So although this is combined, isn't it? Yeah. So I mean, not doing as well since it's everywhere. But and then you have Lost Sword, the Korean version. They're down from 700 to 380,000. Now, they released in January, so this is not like the release numbers or something. I'm gonna guess I'd have to look at older ones on this, because I do plan to play the global release of Lost Sword. I kind of showcased it a little bit on the live stream on the Korean version. There are a lot of global players playing on the Korean version because they do have English translations in it, and it's very easy to get into the game. It's not like the Chinese games where you have to like get a account and all that set up. But I don't really know the details. Maybe it's a slow month and the good characters are the prior month, or it could just be your typical gacha as people fall off. I mean, with the global announced, you probably had some spending drop off if global players, because there was a way for global players to spend, from my understanding. I've seen there's guides on it. It wasn't easy. But everybody that's going to be moving over to global, they're probably going to stop spending on the Korean version. So you may see a dip from that. Not 100% sure, though, because I don't know. I haven't really looked into all the banners and their order and all that. But 380's still pretty decent for just the Korean server. We'll see what happens when global comes out. I'm 100% going to be playing this game. So far, I like the gacha economy on it. Really like the reroll system for it. It's going to be super easy to reroll. And so we will start off really strong there. Ooh, Final Fantasy Record Keeper up here. Now, this is Japan only, if I'm not mistaken. I loved this game. This was the first gacha game that I played back, forever ago. I ended up quitting after a certain period of time just because I didn't have the time to dedicate it to it because I was in the military at the time. Love that game. This is actually like the next big Final Fantasy game they release. What I intend to probably do, if one comes out, they usually have like the Japanese version and then like a global version, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually going to just play the Japanese version because they always end of service their global versions, but keep the Japanese ones around. And since I'm trying to learn Japanese, it's not like I won't be able to... I mean, I won't be able to not... I won't understand everything, but I'll at least start to pick up the wordings, and it might help me with learning Japanese. So I'll probably just play on a Japanese server, and that's it on the next big one they have come out. Because you have that with Brave Exodus up here as well. They end of serviced their global version, but the Japanese one's still around. Still making some alright money there. Okay, keep going up here. War of the Vision's another one that it's still... Okay, so does it still have global, or did global just end? I know they were they announced end of service on global, but maybe end of service last month. Basically, no revenue there. It's all in Japan. So that's 3 of them right off the bat. They're all right next to each other in revenue. It's kind of crazy. Let's see. Kind of slowly moving up. Sword of Convalaria. I'd quit it a couple months ago just because it was getting to be too time consuming. And I was kind of prepping up for Etheria Restart and other games. Really liked the game. It's just... the one big thing I had was the events were just taking so much longer to accomplish. Because I'm one of those people, I like to try and get everything. And it was not too hard to get everything in the events. It just took a lot more time than I'd like. And that's the main reason I had dropped it. But overall, still seems to be doing all right. I mean, revenues, it's been in this like 1 million to 1.5 million last few months. So that's not too bad. It's doing all right. Snowbreak's doing all right. I mean, I was going to try it out. I'd done a little bit on covering it for my one sponsor video. And I was going to continue playing from there. It's just like I said, I don't have time. I'm already starting to plan out future ones coming out. Some of these more small ones, like Lost Sword, and you have Persona 5 up here, which is another one that's releasing this month that I will definitely be playing on global. I definitely need to start playing story Persona 5 because there's apparently a lot of callbacks to it as well. And this is CN Korea. Okay, so this one has... Okay, so it's not doing as good as I think, because it has CN. I was thinking it was Japan only, but it looks to be CN, so Persona actually is... I mean, it's making decent money, but for CN, that seems kind of low. And Persona's a popular game, but we'll have to see how it does on global. But I will definitely be trying it out on global. Don't know if I will stick to it, because like not long after that one releases, Lost Sword will be, which I think is going to be my bigger game to cover. Just kind of, it fits my niche a little bit better on the waifu games. Man, it is nice to see that we have not hit Girls Frontline at 2 yet. I do like that. And here, I mean, here it is right here. Girls Frontline 2, 5, it's gone up. And so now they've done pretty well at keeping consistently, like every month, having a character that people want to pull on. The prior month, if I'm not mistaken, was Klukai. Or was it Klukai? It was Klukai. Maybe Klukai was the previous month. And then we had Mishti. And then... So I know last month had Vector in it, which is why this is pretty good here. And then we had Yuhi as well. Yeah, so I think Klukai came out 2 months prior. So this one is kind of like a mix of the end of Klukai / Mishti. And then this one's kind of the end of Mishti, Vector, the very beginning of Yuhi. So this is probably going to be a slower month. I expect this to go down in June with... Who knows? I mean, we're probably having... They should be doing a half anniversary on the next banner. So this could actually go way up, especially if they bring out the 100% rate up banner. I could see a lot of people spend if they don't have the pull on that, because it is the best banner to pull on of all of them, because you get to select a specific unit to target, and there is no 50-50 on it. But I really like the numbers. I think this is kind of where they're going to stay. This is going to be like their general, maybe a little bit lower. Like maybe 3 to 4 million might be their average month when you take in their slower months and all that. So we'll kind of have to see, but I do like that it's gone up. Vector definitely made some sales. Springfield's going to be the next big one, though, that should have big sales when she comes out. Okay, so Girls Frontline's doing good. Let's find Nikke. We kind of move up here. Azure Lane. Now, I'll be playing Azure Premilia. God dang, they're almost up to 10 million, jumping way up. Must have released a really good character. I would love to get in the game. It's just been out a while, and I'm just like, I don't really like getting into gachas that have been out a while. Nikke was kind of an exception because of everything good I heard about it. And it was going to be mostly just a story game for me until I got donated an account that had pretty much everything from the start of the game. So it's like as if I started from the beginning. So that's kind of one of my few exceptions. Azur Lane, definitely from what I've told people, it's a good game overall on the waifu aspect, but it's not as good in the gameplay for many. But I'm definitely waiting for Azur Premilia. That is going to be probably like my main game when it comes out eventually. It's not like I'll be sidetracking like Girls Frontline 2 or any of that, but Azur Premilia I definitely is going to be my next big one alongside Girls Frontline 2. Now, it's not going to have the lore background as Girls Frontline 2, so it's probably not going to be like my main story one where I'm really invested in the lore and all that like I am with Nikke and Girls Frontline 2. But gameplay-wise, I think it'll be great being an open-world one. I'm hoping they have a lot of fun mechanics in that game. And we have a bunch of others as well, which haven't released, like Arknights, Everness to Neverness. And, man, I'm forgetting. There's that one that's kind of got, like, a Victorian time frame that they announced. So a lot of big games coming out. But the creators for Azur Lane are definitely, their game Azur Premilia is probably going to be my main big one. And then we have Nikke up here. Yeah, it's shot up to 23 million. That half anniversary definitely did some good sales there. CN came out, made some good amount of money on CN. And I do like what I'm actually seeing here. This was the CN launch. And this is the global numbers. Now, this is half anniversary. So if we take this, so it's up 50% across the board. So what is this at? 14 million. So at 14 million, what is that? 8 million? No, it's 9 million. About 9 million is what it was the prior month. So you can take 9 million as kind of being their average month. I don't think it was really anything big prior to the anniversary. So you just take off all the half anniversary additional sales that we have here, and we'll say 9 million is your average month, or even 8. That means global, on its average month, is doing just as good as the launch for CN. And that to me, so all those people that are worried that CN is going to be their main focus, I don't think that's going to be the case. I do think because of all the heavy censorship and stuff, as well as when you're releasing a new game, it's easier to make optimizations. I think we're going to be taken care of on global. I'm not as concerned as you see with a lot of other people. And the numbers even kind of show it because I think global's still going to, we're going to make more money than CN. Just looking at the numbers, or about the same, which means they should, no guarantees, but they will care about global. We'll definitely have some advantages over CN. There may be some advantages CN has over us because they have to make up for the fact that they're one behind and they have all the censorship. It is what it is. Not too big of a deal to me. I know it is for some others, but, yeah, overall, like the numbers there. Wuthering Waves, I know they're coming off some big ones. I think it was Zanny was their last banner. I had quit the game, just didn't have time for it. And, I mean, the character I really wanted is now coming out. But I ain't gonna be able to go back to it. I'm waiting for the next big open world games. I think we're gonna see the next big generation with Arknights, Azur Premilia, Everness, Neverness, the other one that I can't remember. So I don't want to go back. I'm just looking towards the future on games. But overall, like to see how it's doing. Definitely great, especially since it's competing really well with Genshin Impact now, which it had a big month. I don't know what changed to get them more money, but I mean, that's just Hoyoverse. They typically make decent money regardless of the patch or any of that. Have Arknights shooting way the heck up to 40 million. I mean, Arknights Infield is definitely going to be a core game for me. It's going to be really hard because there's going to be a point where, I mean, I was struggling with 5 games. So, but I really like the aesthetics and just the whole space vibe in that with Arknights Infield, that I really want it to be my core game, like a core game that like I don't plan to drop and I try and min-max to a certain extent. It's just going to be really hard to complete with Azur Premilia. Now, there is the potential, because I have talked with some people on the idea of having like an account manager, which means if I can someone that helps me out getting dailies and stuff done, and I just like stream story and stuff and polling and all that, that would be great. I think Arknights would be a really good game for that. If I could have someone that Because I really liked the game when I played the beta, and they definitely are probably going to have a lot of improvements going into the next one. But I do like that the first game's doing really well still. Gives me a lot of hope for the next one. Honkai Star Rail dropping way down. Now, still making a ton of money. I think Honkai Star Rail is Hoyoverse's bigger game now. It has surpassed Genshin Impact. Like, it's just been constant now at this point. Still, I definitely do not like the direction they've gone with Honkai Star Rail, the global passive. I mean, one of the big negatives of Hoyoverse, like Hoyoverse I think makes decent games, but when the game that you're playing is the top dog, that to me is a bad thing. Because when they are the top, and I wouldn't say they're a monopoly, they have plenty of competition now, but when you're top dog, you're making constant money, and your consumers are showing their willingness to spend, like when they got the 103 million even after all that drama. And I'm guessing this is a slow month right now for them, or a slower month. They're still making 50 million. They don't have to care as much. There's not as much of an incentive to give like better optimizations or more quality of life, because they're already making the money, so they don't need to invest as heavily, which is what we've seen with Honkai Star Rail. Even though I think the game overall was good, I mean, I just quit it because I just hated not being able to skip the story. Kind of got sick of the story. Kind of got tired of the gameplay as well. It wasn't exactly all of the drama why I quit. It's just making room for the future games. We have the Pokemon one. I mean, that's Pokemon. It's always going to do well. So I don't think there's anything else Pokemon on here. And it's a trading card game. Going to do well. Then you have the Husbando game. Love and Deep Space at the tip top, which is good to see. And so I mean, it's good for the women that like those types of games, because I mean, if you're gonna have the waifu games, you gotta have the husbando ones for them. So overall, pretty good. I do like where Girls Frontline 2 is and Nikke, which are right now going to be like my two main core ones. We have Etheria Restart coming out this week. We'll have to see how well they do going into this month on launch. Now, I'm just wondering, do they have? I didn't see it on here. But they did make money in the beta, because it was a paid beta. I don't think it was on here, though. I don't think they're going to, because it's not launched, they probably won't take into consideration all the money they made on the paid beta test. So I'm wondering how that revenue is going to be calculated. Because with Etheria Restart, a lot of people, like most people that are going to be heavier spenders, spent during that beta. Like your whales, they absolutely all spent during the beta, so that they can get that rebate with that bonus on top. And the music just changed on me. So I did not loop the music. It actually ended there. That's kind of funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the revenue tracker. And if you like my content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.